So if you have a fear of being seen online, I think you are going to love this video. I had the fear of being seen online, and as you can see, I'm being seen online here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with me, Iona. So I'm going to share with you in this video series of fear of being seen online and the fear that I had. I'm going to share my personal journey. I'm also going to give you 7 spiritual business marketing tips as part of this, what I call my book launch video series. So I have a book and it's called Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a soul guided influencers compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. So if you ever wanted to start a YouTube channel, if you ever wanted to write your book, like get your business online, your spiritual business online, marketing online, then you're going to be wanting to be seen online. You might not want to, but you know that it's necessary to be seen online. So I'm going to share with you how I started Messy. So this video is the first of many in this series. I've actually scheduled out 45 videos in this video series, and I'm going to share with you my journey, and I'm going to start with how I started Messy. So I'm going to give you some tips and point to each tip as we go through this fear of being seen online. So this is the first tip for overcoming your fear of being seen online, is not even just overcoming it, moving through it, or accepting that actually I've got fear, but I want to be seen online, and I want to build my spiritual business, and I want to have spiritual business success. So therefore, learning to market my business online is just going to be a thing for me. And so I wanted to learn to market my business in integrity. And so I did. I started Messy, and I started before I was ready. And so starting before you're ready, you're like, okay, well, what does that actually mean? I started Messy, and starting before you're ready can look messy, meaning that you probably don't know what it is that you're doing. You don't know where to start, and you don't know what to say. You don't know how to have an intro, all those things. And I teach about YouTube and writing your book and creating a course and doing all those things. But I started at a place where I used to speak into the camera, and I'd speak into the lens, and I'd actually put a picture up of my ideal client avatar. I call it Soul Tribe Avatar, profile or persona now. And I spoke to the person that I had visualized that I was speaking to. You may or may not have heard that. As I go through this series, I'll share lots of different tips and different nuggets and different experiences that I've had. Let me know if you resonate, and let me know if any of the tips do resonate with you. Starting before you're ready. So I made some notes on this, and I have somebody on here live, and I didn't want this to actually go live. I wanted it to be unlisted. So it is actually live, and that's me for being seen online. So you can actually schedule your videos to go unlisted or public live. So I went out of the room, came back in, and so somebody's on here with me. So leave a comment and then you can share. So I wrote some notes for this video. And so again, start before you're ready. Have you started with being seen online, and do you feel comfortable? And how long has it been for you to actually start your business? And do you like marketing, is what I would say. So start before you're ready. There's no perfect moment, is what I've put down here. The perfect moment doesn't exist. The only moment that we have is now, right? And so starting before you're ready is starting with the tools and the skills that you've got now and getting better. They say that your first videos, 50 videos are your worst videos, and I can attest to that. Your message matters more than being polished. And so I don't actually edit my videos, and so I'm coming on here live, and I didn't intend to come live, but I won't like edit it out. I'll just say, okay, I started messy, I went through what I wanted to share, but then I just was like, okay, let me record this. So your message matters more than being polished. And I think editing and I would do a live stream style anyway. I talk about this in the first chapter of my book, consistently going public. I would do a lifestyle video because people don't expect the editing or and starting before you're ready and starting messy. When you've got that fear of being seen online, when you are thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want people to hear that I'm saying, or I don't want people to hear that I'm, making mistakes or what have you. And you start jump cutting the edits when you're not that great at editing. I personally think when I'm watching the video, I think, what are they hiding? What are they not saying? So it's about your message rather than actually being polished. You don't need to be fully ready, just be willing to start. And that makes you magnetic. And people say that to me. They say, Iona, I can feel your energy. I am passionate about sharing spiritual business marketing tips with all of my audience because I wanted somebody to share with me an authentic way to market my spiritual business. So I'm going to go to the second tip in this fear of being seen online. And again, so I have got a comment. Hang on. So let me see. Hey, Natalie. Hey, lovely. So Natalie is one of our soul sisters, and thank you. I did not mean to go live, and you know that I've had this fear of being seen online video series in the works for a while. I've scheduled out 45 videos. I'm like, next Sunday I'm going to do 3 videos, and it's now Monday. Next Sunday I'm going to do 3 videos in the series, blah 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 blah. And today I was like, okay, it's Monday, I'm going to record them for Sunday. And I went in the studio and then came out of the studio, and it's live. It's public. That is not what I intended to do. But you know what? I'm not perfect. And I walk my talk, and I'm just going to carry on riding the wave. If you've had the fear of being seen online, and I do better doing lives. I tend to do my videos live, but I've tended to have like dates and do different things on a Sunday. So the second tip in the fear of being seen online is speak your truth when it feels vulnerable. And so speaking your truth is knowing your truth first, like knowing what feels true to you. Yes, we're starting our spiritual business, but we're starting around our gifts, and we're starting around what we've been called to do. So speaking your truth when it feels vulnerable, especially when you're starting out online. And when I started out online, I didn't have everything all figured out. I didn't know all of the things. I didn't know the whole big picture. I knew as much as I knew, and then I went and I did it anyway. And so this YouTube channel actually started on Facebook, and I did 200 lives consecutively for my podcast. And I was like, okay, I'm going to move that onto YouTube. This book and this video series started with me actually doing a 5-day challenge on Facebook. And then I was like, okay, I want to bring it onto YouTube. I wrote a whole book about it. And here I am. And I'm like, okay, let me market this book. Let me do book launch videos. So I didn't know everything. I didn't have everything sewn up, and I still don't. And I'm just going to keep going anyway. So speak your truth. And I'm going to read out some of the tips that I have. Yes, the fear of being said, you procrastinate. And so there's a couple of ways that I procrastinate personally. And I've heard about the 2 ways of procrastination. I think I talk about it in the book actually, is when I'm not clear. If I'm not clear, then I'll procrastinate, and I kind of give myself grace. But when you're procrastinating and you're getting lots of busy work done, and you're not honoring the schedule of, okay, well, get those videos done, or, do a live, or, do some coaching, or do a healing circle, or whatever it is, like in the public, then it's like, okay, maybe you haven't got the skill, or maybe it's something that you need to do behind the scenes before being seen online. Maybe it's a practice at something. And again, I practiced on camera. There's so many videos that you guys will never see of me probably in my pajamas and just speaking into the camera. The speaking my truth, even when it's vulnerable, I share, I cry, I do all the things. But when you're procrastinating, it's probably just because you don't feel comfortable. And so I would walk and I talk. I do it now when I record a voice note. I do all the things just to get that energy out of me and see how it would sound. And then all of a sudden you're just ready. Do you know what I mean? So I hear that with the procrastinating. Sometimes it's not that you're not necessarily clear. So let me give you the tip that I wrote down, and my notes are deciding to jump all over the place. So bear with me. I don't have my glasses on, so there's that. So speaking your truth, even when it feels vulnerable, your voice is your spiritual marketing tool, right? So when you share the things that you once hid, you give others the permission to heal. And so I've done it, and I keep on doing it, and I'm always doing it. And I do it on my daily lives. I share about me and about my journey, and I call it failing forward. I don't need to have everything polished. I just don't, and I know I don't, and I know that I won't, so I just don't even try. I'm a recovering perfectionist, and sometimes when we're trying to be perfect at something we procrastinate. So it says vulnerability creates visibility. It's magnetic. The right people will feel your truth, and I know, Natalie, you feel my truth as a student of mine, as a co-author of mine, as a book reader of mine, you know, in the book club, all of that in the community, and I love it. So the truth is sacred. You don't need to be loud. You just need to be real. And hopefully that tip helps, because you just need to be real. The people that you're here to serve just want you. They don't want a made-up version of you. And I say this all the time. Is one of my students, she said to me, I'm just going to be me. And I'm like, who else would you be? Why are you trying to be somebody else? It's a facade and people can feel it. So I'm not down for that. So again, this fear of being seen online, the tip number 3 out of 7 spiritual business marketing tips is focus on connection over perfection. So I'm ahead of myself, right? Focus on connection over perfection. And thank you, Natalie, for being on here, because I know that you know that that's where we go. We focus on that soul to soul connection, and we vibe. And when we're messaging and we're doing, actually, yeah, I just messaged you not long ago, when we vibe and we're having conversations in the DMs, or we're having conversations on a Zoom call, we get goosebumps, we get downloads, that's that soul to soul connection. It's actually focusing on the people that you're here to serve in a way that you are able to have conversations with them, and in a way that connects with them soul to soul. I'm a fan of building a community and getting on calls, whether it's a monthly call, a free call, building community rather than just shoving people on lists. So when we focus on in our spiritual business, oh, well, I'm just going to put people on a list and I have to come across a certain way, it holds us back from being vulnerable and focusing on that connection. The connection is what makes people just be drawn to you and refer others to you, and just can see themselves in you. If you're trying to be perfect and your soul tribe and not on your soul clients are not perfect, they're going to then beat themselves up, and that's not what you want, is it? You know, it's not realistic, and it's not a true reflection of the journey that you've been on. And I'm not sure why my Google Notes keep jumping right to the bottom, but they do. So this tip 3, focusing on connection, I wrote down, authenticity creates engagement, not filters, scripts, or trends. So the latest trend with whatever it is, and the latest trend doing, I'm just not that person at all. And I don't tend to script. I've got some notes on my phone, and I thought, oh, I'll go through a run through, and I thought, oh, I'll just record, and if it's not right, then I'll do it again, which I tend not to really do. That's not my style, and the universe will have it. Iona made you just going to go live anyway. So people want to feel your presence, not your polish. Focus on surveys, not on self-consciousness. So we're showing up, and I say we're speaking out and we're serving deep, and we're not perfect in that serving deep. All right. So let me go to the next tip, and let me know which one resonates with you. And if you've got any questions or any comments, and Ali's got a comment. Let me just see. Hang on 1 second. All right. Yes. Now, because I left it that long, I don't know what yes to. Yeah, that connection, focusing on connection. Natalie says, absolutely. The downloads and the ideas come through while we talk soul to soul. Exactly that, soul to soul connection. And so if you do have a fear of being seen online, and you've not yet had that soul to soul connection with your soul tribe and your soul clients and your soul family, I like to say, as you're watching here at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, I consider you soul family. And so if you've not yet had that, you've not yet started your YouTube channel or your podcast, or you've not yet been interviewed, or you've not written your book, focus on the reader, focus on the person the people that you're here to serve. And if you haven't served enough people yet that you don't know what it is that connects you to them, then I have a challenge when I call it Bank 50K in 50 days, which is getting on one-on-one breakthrough sessions with 50 people in 50 days And by the end of that, you will know you will earn some money in your spiritual business, and you will also be taking the language that people are speaking to you on those calls in your intake forms, and you'll be more confident actually being seen online, because you won't feel like an imposter. That, hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, we do. We have so many downloads and so many synchronicities, and it's bigger than us. I say about being a soul guided influencer on YouTube, and that's just being downloaded, the ideas and the guidance, and following that soul guidance. And today I was like, okay, I'm just going to go live. Well, not live. I'm going to go and do my live stream. Ends up being live. And I'm like, okay, is what it is. So the fourth tip for the fear of being seen online is release the need to control every outcome. So here I am. I could have had it be a certain way, and I don't need to control the outcome. Just what I want to just share is my journey. So when you're marketing your spiritual business, what you can't micromanage everything. I know that students have said that to me before. They're like, they try to micromanage everything. It doesn't work anyway. And when we let the universe guide us and flow through us, because we do for every other area of our life, or our spirituality at least, we can use that same guidance and that same flow for marketing our spiritual business and coming up and showing up online. And I wouldn't say minus the fear, because you do have the fear, you do feel uncomfortable. I'm not saying, you know, it'll all dissipate in a day, but it just gets easier with time and easier with practice, and you become more confident with practice. So release that need to have control every outcome, because you're not going to be able to, and it's not authentic. And it's scripted to control every outcome. And we know that we can't control every outcome in life. So why would we try to control every outcome in our spiritual business? It doesn't make sense micromanaging it and strong arming it into existence. It doesn't work. So I wrote down, you're not here to force results, right? You're here to follow your divine alignment, that divine assignment. Let go of the pressure to go viral or get likes or be understood by everyone, because not everybody's going to understand you. Some people think I'm a crazy lady. I speak really fast and I share a lot of information, and my videos are usually long, which not everybody loves, but that's the way that I flow. Surrender attachment and lean into soul trust. Let the universe do its part. Let go of trying to predict or control how it will land. This isn't about going viral, because you don't need a viral video to actually be in service, right? And so whoever else is on here, welcome. This is about being vulnerable rather than going viral, going vulnerable. Some of the most unseen posts have created the biggest breakthroughs for people. And so I'm not a fan of like, okay, well, you need hundreds and millions of people on an email list to sell to. I'm a fan of creating a community. So again, not controlling every outcome. Does it work? I don't think it does. All right, so let me speed up a little bit. So the fifth tip that I want to share to support you in being seen online is embracing the messiness of the process. Now, this can get you caught up in all kinds of like stories in your head, like I can't embrace the messiness because it's not perfect, and procrastinating because it is messy. And I share my journey of where I am, and I know that I'm speaking to my soul tribe, my soul clients, my soul family who are not yet where I am. I've still got a ways to go, and I'm very clear on that. And I share that, and I say, you know, this is what I want to manifest over the next year. I share this on my 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board challenge every single year. I share in December, well, this is what happened. This is what I thought would manifest. This didn't. This was the cherry on top. This manifested. I share my messiness, and I share that on purpose. I share it authentically, because when we have a vision for our business, or we do a vision board, or we're like, oh, well, I'm you know, an entrepreneur, I'm a healer, I'm a coach, I'm you know, a light worker, doing my light work in the world. What we think is that people are going to expect us to be a certain way, and so we don't embrace the messiness of the process. We kind of try and avoid, like skip steps in the process, and we can't. We just are going step by step by step by step. And so some people compare themselves to, oh, well, you're doing this. And it's like, that's not where I started. Oftentimes we skip and we see somebody else's success and we want to be at their same level. And really, it's not even practical because we haven't done the groundwork that they've done. So embracing the messiness of your process and sharing the nuggets of wisdom as you go along. I think, for me anyway, I think that's a better way. So next tip I want to share is allowing yourself to be a work in progress. So embracing the process and be a work in progress. It's like, why? How has that got anything to do with marketing? How has that got anything to do with the fear of being seen online? By allowing yourself to be a work in progress, it means that you know that you're going to incrementally get better at your business, at marketing, at serving, and you're growing every single day. If you commit to growing your business every single day. And if you commit to this journey with me, I'll share with you more about my journey. I'll share with you in my masterclass how you speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying soul clients so that you don't feel like a fraud, so that you can work with people. Say if your pricing is whatever it is now. A work in progress is you're building yourself up to where you feel worthy of charging. Some people say, oh, charge $1 million for an hour right out of the gate. Well, you might not feel like you're worthy of that or people would pay that. It doesn't make sense. Start where you are and allow yourself to be a working process so that when you're meeting people where they are, you're in alignment. You're not trying to pretend to be further along the journey than where you are. So what I wrote down, and again, my notes are jumping. So embrace the process. So being messy, allowing yourself to be a work in progress. You don't have to have it all figured out and lead or teach or post. And I'm saying it anyway because that's been my journey. And then I wrote notes, so I didn't actually leave anything out. And so I've got one more tip after this one. Give yourself permission to evolve publicly. Here we are. And I talk about this, and I talk about journaling and podcasting on a daily, and I did that. And it was public, and it was fine. It was relaxed, and it's fine. We relate more to the process than to perfection. Again, procrastinating, it may be, and let me know, Natalie, if that is like you trying to be perfect at whatever it is, or trying to be perfect on your YouTube channel. Let yourself show up as you are, not the final version you're waiting to become. You are enough now. Being seen doesn't require being finished. I like that. Do you like that? And the last tip, and I'm going to share a bonus tip, so keep tuned. The last tip that I want to say for in this part 1 of the fear of being seen online, and again, this is a video series, and I will link in the comments, and I will link in the description, and I will put on the cards and the end screens the next video in this series. But the seventh tip is celebrate your messy wins and lessons. And I'd love for you to come into my community and share that. Come onto our monthly call and share that. I have a movement marketing media kit challenge. It's a 7-day challenge. I have what I call Iona's free movement marketing, free media kit collab call. And I'll come to your comment in just a second. A media kit collab call, and every single month we come and you can share your wins and you can share your lessons. I will share my wins and my lessons, and depending on how many people are on the call, we'll go into breakout rooms and you'll talk about actually getting yourself visible online, whether you're writing your own book. I teach to write your own book, whether you want to come and co-author with me and share your spiritual awakening story, whether you want to share your wins because you've gone through my 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board challenge. Whatever your wins are, whether you've got a client, whatever it is, and the lessons that you've got week after week, month by month, and you're appreciating and saying to the universe, thank you for showing me the way. There's so many downloads and synchronicities that I've had today. Is just been unreal. And I'm really looking forward to coming back and journaling on a daily basis so that I can share it. Natalie says, I think that is probably my issue. I'm a perfectionist. So I don't know if I've shared this with you. I'm a recovering perfectionist. I'm a recovered perfectionist. I used to say I'm a recovering perfectionist because I was in recovery, and a recovered perfectionist because I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be perfect, and it just takes so much weight. You know, I'm not perfect. It just takes so much weight from you that you're like, for me, 80%, and I'm good to go. It might be 70%, it might be 51% that you're at, and you're like, I'm happy with that. I'm 51% happy with that. I'm going to get it out there. I'm 80% happy with whatever I do, and I just get it out there. Because done is better than perfect. You've heard that, right? And so, again, nobody expects perfect. And we've all gone through that, certain levels of perfectionism, or and having high standards for ourselves, and having high standards and expecting other people to have those same standards. Whereas for me, if we're not going out there and we're not being seen, we're behind closed doors being miserable, beating ourselves up about not being seen. So we may as well be seen in imperfection. Otherwise, it's a really miserable journey. So like, for me, it's a no-brainer. It's like, I'll be seen, and I'll just be seen the way that I'll be seen. So let me see if I have some notes on that one. Have I shared it already? Hang on. So every step forward counts, even if it wasn't graceful, right? I cry on my videos, on my monthly call. I cry all the time. I'm emotional. So somebody's ringing me. Celebrate yourself out loud. This inspires your audience to do the same. Your messy wins are milestones. Even if 2 people watch, which 2 people watched today, and again, I wasn't supposed to go live. Watch your video. That's 2 people that you touched. Celebrate that. Share your lessons. Share your learning curves. Your tiny wins. That energy multiplies, and I think that does. I really do. And the bonus tip for this fear of being seen online, it's not just about the fear of being seen online, right? So it's about the thing like procrastination. Oh, well, I'm scared of being seen online. I can't go online. Well, we have to deal with the procrastination. Okay, what's underneath the procrastination? Oh, it's perfectionism. So when it's like, it's this fear, it's like procrastination. Okay, well, start messy. That's what this video is about. Start messy. Okay, well, I'm a perfectionist, but we're starting messy, so we don't need to be perfect. So therefore, we just start, right? So hopefully that has helped you come full circle, that actually we don't have to do anything other than be where we are and share our gifts. So subscribe to the YouTube channel here at Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. And I will be doing more of this video series. I have, again, 45 videos scheduled out, and usually they'll be on a Sunday because I wanted to do Spiritual Business Success Sundays. If you are part of the community, what you can do is go to the soullegacyacademy.com, and I don't know where my banner is for that. I'm not going to try find it. So I would just say subscribe to the YouTube channel wherever you're watching this, and in the about section on my YouTube channel, or go to the soullegacyacademy.com, and I call it the global soul guided influencers global networking hub. I don't think that is right. Anyway, global networking hub. I haven't said it out loud for ages. Anyway, in the networking hub, if you enroll in there, it's free. You come to the monthly call. What I will do is I've set up a weekly reminder, and I will post these videos and the playlist in there, so you'll get the direct link for that, and then you can come on the calls and we can share the journey together, because I think it's really important that we do come together. In the comments on this video, and I will put them in the description as well. I'll pin them in the comments, and I'll pin them in the description. I have got a Google Doc for you to access some more materials and actually come and work with me. The first one I'm going to share with you is registering for the Spiritual Business Book Marketing on YouTube free masterclass and Bank 50K in 50 days challenge. And believe me, you're going to need to be seen online if you want to bank 50K in 50 days and write a book. And again, my book is, and you'll get a free chapter of my book. I realize I'm blurry. You'll get a free chapter of my book over there. Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a Soul Guided Influencers Compass. to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube. I will share with you how to get into the community from there. I will share with you some tools and resources to help you speak to your soul clients. Again, speaking to, serving, and signing up your whole soul clients is the purpose of being online. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. It wasn't too long, half an hour. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was in the comments. Share this out with somebody that you know that is starting their spiritual business, and they do actually have a fear of being seen online, and they're just like, I don't think I'm going to do it. And you know that they're so gifted and so talented, and they just need that support of going over the edge and getting their gifts out there. So that is it for this video. I will see you on the next video. Remember to share your gifts, shine your light, because you were born to serve. Big love. Thank you, Natalie, for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.